Hello everybody, my name is Emiliano degli Innocenti, I'm Italian and I've been working as a musician for the last 25 years. The different activities that I'm carrying out are performing musician, I play concerts in clubs and festivals, recording musician, I record with my bands and from time to time also as a session musician for other people. Promoter and organizer. I'm organizing concerts, festivals, seminars and workshops mainly about blues music. Music teacher, mainly about blues and ensemble classes, usually in seminars and workshops organized by myself or by other people, colleagues. My parents had a big collection of records, of vinyls, and I spent so many afternoons listening to them. Majority was classical music, but some of those LPs also gave me the first taste of the blues. They had 5 blues records. And the interesting thing is that none of them was from big artists, such as B.B. King or Eric Clapton or other famous ones. But just very old or barely known musicians. One of those records called Il Blues Oggi, The Blues Today, was produced by 2 Italian researchers. In the 70s they went to the United States and looked for old bluesmen to record them on the field. And I've been listening to this one 1,000,000 times, and I had a booklet with some lines about the blues, the stories from the music travel of these 2 researchers, how they met the artists, the lyrics, and that was my first experience with the blues. Compared to other genres that were available in the house collection, there was one that made me very curious, willing to learn how to play guitar, and for sure it marked me forever. Just to tell how strong I was, the influence of the music on me, I'd like to mention that nowadays I still perform a couple of songs from those old records that I had when I was a kid. The curiosity I had those days made me start collecting hundreds of records and books that became a big source of inspiration. And as a teenager, I started becoming addicted to a record shop called Bebopalula. I had to reach it by bicycle or by train because it was in the next town, but it was a very special shop with very good collections. So I started looking for rare stuff, and I became a collector in a way. I never had a guitar hero, but my biggest reference artist is Steve Cropper. Guitarist, songwriter and producer and arranger at the Stax Records in Memphis for artists such as Otis Redding, Sam and Dave, his own band Booker T and the MGs, Eddie Floyd, Carla and Rufus Thomas, many artists. He wrote songs like Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, In the Midnight Hour, Green Onions, Knock on Wood, historical hits of the R&B from the 60s. And his guitar playing style and his musicality basically defined the so-called Memphis sound. I started studying piano at the age of 5, as suggested by my parents, but I was doing with the wrong attitude, so it didn't actually lead anywhere. But when I was 12, after I watched the Blues Brothers movie, I decided by myself to learn how to play guitar, and I found it pretty much engaging. Thanks to my great teacher Maurizio Ferretti and the charm of the blues music itself, so mysterious, hypnotic, and energetic. Well, I started performing live after a couple of years of studying, and straight away it seemed to me that it was pretty natural, and the audience feedback gave me a really big kick. Actually, I think I've never decided to be an artist, but I can tell that step by step I keep on doing experiments which are leading me to that artist condition. I keep on digging deep into blues music and other styles, and through the years I played with many musicians and started collaborations with many different musicians, including a true bluesman from New York called Guitar Crusher, 50 years older than me, who unfortunately recently passed away. The other important fact is that in my town, Pistoia, there is a 41 years old blues festival, and this gave me the opportunity to meet many blues heroes, because actually everybody came to this festival. It's pretty big, and I saw all these shows since I was a kid. The will to play on that big stage kept me working hard, so in the year 2000 I gave my first show there, and a few more in the next years. Well, since I often keep 2 or more jobs at the same time, I think the one big difficulty I had was the lack of time for music. So the best results I had were in times where I was working 100% as a musician, and I could properly care of the several different aspects concerning the artist's job. But the difficulty of promoting myself is still pretty strong nowadays.
Everybody, come on.
I think I could call successes the experience that moved me the most, such as the first time I played abroad as a soloist, the time I saw a band of my students that I pushed them on to the big stage at the Pistoia Blues Festival, and the concerts I did with great artists such as Benny King, Eddie Floyd, The Miracles. I specialized in different music styles. One of those is the Memphis sound. Otis Redding, Booker T, and the MGs, Sam and Dave, Eddie Floyd, Rufus Thomas, Isaac Hayes, the Bar Keys. Because of this reason I got hired as a guitar player for the band of Eddie Floyd. And for sure it felt like heaven when I got this offer. I was so deeply involved into that particular style that it brought me on stage with one of the greatest artists of the genre. The longest and most formative collaboration I've had was the one with Guitar Crusher. He was born in North Carolina in 1931, and 16, 17 years ago I met him for the first time at the jam session is a spontaneous and collaborative music happening with musicians that not necessarily know each other, and they start playing together on some known theme or just improvising. So it was in Berlin in 2005, and I met this guy for the first time, and we played together, and I really enjoyed it. And the same night, I actually asked him if he would like to collaborate in Italy, and he said yes straight away. So it was really a wonderful night, and it brought us to 15 years of collaboration, preparing shows, playing together, traveling Europe, and of course we became very, very close friends. Just a few words about music and a lot of stories from incredible past. Playing together with such music history witnesses gave me a big load of knowledge and emotions, as well as the feeling of being on the right path. For a guitarist and singer, there are many aspects that require constant study and research, from the choice and care of the instruments, relaxation techniques, and of course study of music and practice. This is why I participate in seminars and workshops. I often go to concerts with my colleagues, and I organize events myself in which to share experiences between musicians. Due to the fact that I'm enjoying my job the most when I have the chance to meet people from all around the world, I've always been looking for sharing and cooperation. So 6 years ago, I started organizing blues happenings for blues musicians and dancers, to bring to Italy the original meaning of the blues, which is to make people dance, like most of other popular music styles also. So these events are meant to put back the dancers next to the musicians and let them study and perform together, rediscovering the common language made of rhythm and movement as a key element to play good music. Students of both music and dance work together in classes. Inputs about arrangements come from both sides, and this makes learning much more natural and very, very fruitful. I'm also working on an ambitious IT project for remote collaboration between musicians. It can be resumed in 3 main points: a community of professionals, musicians, agents, clubs, festivals, teachers, music schools, but also related arts and techniques such as dance, video making, that stimulate connections on a global level, and the creation of new music and new bands, and facilitate their activity. Then an e-learning platform, which can also be used as a supporting tool and archive for face-to-face lessons, with practical tools that facilitate the organization of lessons and the use of interactive teaching material. The engine of this whole platform is an online multi-track recorder that can be used both synchronously and asynchronously. To offer the possibility to more people, both close and far away, to work on the same musical project. There are already products like these on the market that offer similar function, even financed by giants such as Microsoft or Spotify. But since they seem a bit user-unfriendly and it's complicated to look for music and band members, so it doesn't help the sharing, I felt the need to build a new one able to express the true sense of sharing and collaborating. I certainly need more suggestions than I could give, and since I don't know if I'm able to give any practical advice, but find a good agent and a good accountant, I will leave you with just a little recommendation. Share as much as you can. Don't be jealous of your knowledge and be always searching for new inputs and new experiences. Traveling with colleagues, hosting them, being hosted, teaching, became, or at least it used to be before the pandemic, became part of my lifestyle. That's how I kept growing musically and in general, by sharing. Thank you. Buonasera. I wish I know how it would feel to be free. I wish I could break all the chains holding me. And I wish I could say all the things that I should say. Say them loud, say them clear, for the whole round world to hear. I wish I could share all the love that's in my heart. Remove all the bars that keep us apart. And I wish you would know what it means to be me. Then you'd see and agree that every man should be free. I wish I could get all I'm longing to get. I wish I could live as I'm longing to live. And I wish I could do all the things that I can do. So I'm way overdue. I'd be starting anew. I wish I could be like a bird in the sky. How sweet it would be if I find